Well, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and last week, Idaho lawmakers passed legislation to protect survivors or potential victims of spousal rape and sexual assault in a marriage. Our Nicole Camarda spoke with Senator Melissa Wintrow, who sponsored the bill, to find out why this legislation and change in Idaho law is important for both men and women.
If you're in an ongoing relationship, especially one that has you're married, has a contract, and in particular, if you have a domineering spouse or an abusive spouse, the risk for this crime is much greater.
In a unanimous vote, state lawmakers passed a bill repealing part of Idaho law that grants exceptions to criminal activity such as rape because of being in a marriage. 10 to 14% of women in the U.S. are raped by their husbands, and 1/3 of women have reported unwanted sex with a partner.
We have a rape statute that has and identifies, outlines definitions of what constitutes rape. And actually in this part of code, there were exceptions to conviction based on your relationship.
Senate Bill 1089 looks to repeal that and provide protection for spousal rape survivors. Wintrow brought this legislation forward after receiving an email from someone facing this circumstance.
Just so pleased that we were able to unanimously pass this law to say it is no excuse. Rape is rape, regardless of the relationship you're in.
By repealing those exceptions, then you can actually bring a case, a spouse can bring a case against a spouse for rape.
The Women and Children's Alliance says it's already hard for anyone to speak up about being in this situation due to the stigma surrounding the issue.
The mindset is, well, you're married, how could it possibly have been rape? Then I think that would also be a reason why an individual would not reach out for help. If you don't think you're going to get help, why would you reach out in the first place? Because this is not something you would necessarily feel good about talking about.
But now men and women faced with this type of situation can seek help and ultimately take their spouse to court for spousal rape.
And so to repeal this law is a demonstration that in this day and age in our society, we will not tolerate that. Rape is rape, and you may not cross a physical boundary without someone's consent, regardless if you're married or not. Just because you're married doesn't mean you get full free reign over your spouse, whether you're a man or a woman, period. People have their own autonomy.
Nicole Camarda, Idaho News 6.
Well, the bipartisan bill now moves to Governor Little's desk for consideration and signing.